Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, April 26th. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. We had some pretty big storms and we're without internet for a while. It honestly felt kind of good to be completely disconnected from all that technology. Here we are looking at the futures, and we are up just a little bit. The Dow's up around 50 points or so. Gold and oil are down. And we have this, in the futures, we have this nice little basket kind of forming here. Thursday, we made a new high in the futures, and Friday came right back up and staying up in the upper part of that candle there. Yeah, in that range, right? So we can see this range. I've kind of put this line here. This is our lower range we keep bouncing off of. And coming back up here today on the future, staying up in the Friday's candle, I guess that's what I meant. All right, so that is the SPY. A lot of earnings out this week. Here is the Dow looking very similar. And the NASDAQ a bit red. The IWM futures looking green as well. All right, so a lot of big earnings. Today, of course, we have Tesla. A lot of anticipated earnings on that. I heard over the weekend that Elon Musk is going to be on Saturday Night Live. Yep, next week, I guess. I don't even know. I don't know if it's a Saturday or the following Saturday. I don't watch it, but anyway, that ought to be interesting. Maybe he'll dance again for us, and we'll get all kinds of new memes out of it and gifs out of it. We will see. But also, we have a lot of our big earnings. A lot of those FANG stocks are reporting this week too. So lots of volatility getting through this week, and then again next week, and then we kind of start really fading off. This week being a really, really big week for the tech sector. Okay, so what are we watching here this week? All right, I'm going to go ahead and start out. President Biden is giving a joint an address to the joint Congress on Wednesday, and he's going to detail some of his plans for the spending bills that he's proposing, infrastructure, things like that. And I'm taking a look at X here. Now, X does have earnings coming up. And of course, on Wednesday, if he gives that speech, depending on how much detail he goes into, your things like steel, things that go into infrastructure could really take a pop. Now, remember, infrastructure is not just roads and bridges and tunnels and things like that. It's also technology. So we're looking at expanding 5G, getting out to those places where, like my father outlaw doesn't even have internet at his house. It all has to be done like through a satellite provider. So just think of that, anything in infrastructure that has to do with furthering the good of people, and of course roads and bridges, all that kind of stuff all goes into that. But in that, looking at steel here, really like the base that it put in here. It popped up off the 50 really nicely. We pulled the 3 over the 8. We confirmed a nice close over the 20. We do have some earnings coming up for a couple day play. I like the look at X here. This has been on the watch list a lot recently. And I'm going to stick with the 618.25. Why the 618? I just like the safety in that space. You could always pull that back and play the May expirations. All right, looking at Enphase as well. Enphase Energy, TAN, all of the solars. Keep an eye on this too as we look at that spending, those spending bills and shifting money towards green energy. I would say that this is definitely going to hurt the oil sector and oil and coal. So there might be a downside play there, but definitely a good play for the solar. Just an overnight on this because they do report tomorrow. I did not see that until, yeah, so it's tomorrow after the close. So potential swing trade here overnight. Look at these candles came right up and matched, and then there's a really good room here up to the next Fibonacci line. Sherman's about to start talking to us. I can just tell by the look on his face. All right, so Enphase looking pretty good here. And I like that for equity because I don't really like any of their options, but you can go and take a look. You take a look at TAN for solar. All of these looking pretty decent. All right, so match. There's another one. Finally came up close here at the 50, looking for that move up over the 50, and then I think it'll really clear up at 154.11, but I like it just on a move over and close over the 50 here. Looking at the 618 150s again, they have earnings coming up as well here in just about a week. We looked at skills on Friday, could not push its way back up through this point of control. They had a big move, and Kathy Wood bought into skills. Then the next day, the drawdown back through the 200. We came right back up, tested that 200. I like skills over 1930. All right, so looking for skills for that next move. It too all has earnings coming up here. Still looking at the 618.20, or you can even push that out to the 25. There's some interesting activity all the way out to there, but keep an eye on SKLZ. A couple others that I like as we move through the week. I like NVIDIA. NVIDIA came right back up, the 3 coming right back up over the 8. I like NVIDIA over 614.50. CRM. Look at this. We had this beautiful move up. We came back in. We tagged up with the 200. Started pushing away. I have this little bit longer term of a trend line in here. Moving on through, I like anything over the 234 in CRM. And then one of the ones that caught, and I think it was Steven who pointed it out, so I wrote it down here. MVIS caught all kinds of attention. It does have earnings coming up here shortly. But look at this volume. We've seen it before, but this is a lot of building volume in here, and we popped all the way up. And so this one, a meme stock. I know that we've seen these before, GME, all of those other ones. But this one happened to be the one that caught the attention this last week, and I honestly didn't see it until Steven had pointed it out here, but coming right up to that fib line. So for a day trader, this is a great little price point. It's under 20 bucks right now. Anything over the close on Friday, and then I would just keep a really close eye on that. You know, maybe play off of an opening range and make sure you have your stop in, because they can be violent when they decide to reverse. You can see that in here. When it does decide to reverse, it is violent. So be very, very careful. But for those who like to scalp trade, this is a great little trader. All right, keep an eye on all of the other stocks that are reporting this week, like Amazon, Apple, Facebook, all of these, and all those that move with it. Twitter, there's another one. Keep an eye on all these. These are going to be great day traders here as we move into their earnings, or they should be great day traders as we move into their earnings. And then, of course, watch them after the earnings. And, of course, today we do have Tesla reporting. All right, so that's it for me today. And we have FOMC this week, too. So, wow, busy week, super busy week. All right, lots of volatility in there, and we will be sure to trade it well, right? Don't just hold on to losers. Don't just, say, well, it's a little bit. I can hold it all the way through earnings. Make sure if you're going to hold through earnings, it was your plan to begin with. All right, I will see you in the chat room. I hope you have a great Monday. That was a terrible video.